Oh gosh, I need to get a lens on there before it gets dirty. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see. Um, well, oh, since I'm on the topic, if any hosts happen to be tuning in out there, if anyone is up for covering me tomorrow evening, I doubt I will be back from DC in time, so um, I'll need someone to cover tomorrow. If we don't have anyone out there, I'll put the call out on Discord and we'll get it figured out. But yeah, I will likely, almost certainly not be here tomorrow. I'll be otherwise occupied, having fun. So I will be back Friday morning. All right, let's see. There we go. See if I have anything tagged first up. Oh my goodness, yeah. Kanye. Sorry, Ye, as he is now known, is doing a live concert in Tel Aviv. Boy, that's an about face if I ever saw one. Jeez. Yeah, yay, live in Tel Aviv. One time only. 3rd of April, Bloomfield Stadium. Only performance in Tel Aviv. Got a website, yaytelaviv.com. I haven't been, but let's go. What kind of weirdness is this going to be? Oh, Trump's live? Okay, we'll jump to that. Give me 1 second. We will definitely pull that up. Well, okay, hold on. What's the... Oh, it won't even load. Too many people trying to visit. All right, here we go.
About unpresidential.
Let me see when he's actually started here. Oh, he's been at it for a while. Well, we'll just pick it up where he's at now.
He's bopping. And I couldn't believe that he made it without at least a noticeable major fall. But Biden was the opposite. Biden couldn't even walk up the stairs. He fell 3 times walking up the... And the world watches that and they don't like seeing it, although they actually do like seeing it because they say, what the hell is going on? Or what he found in the Air Force
yeah,
Academy.
just a little bit.
And
it's funny.
Standing there could have caught him, but he didn't want to drop the paper that he's holding in his hand. So Biden went down for the count. Now, we have a country now that's respected.
Sorry, I gotta mute my notifications here. You guys are gonna get bugged by that all show. Yeah, it's nonstop these days. So, how do I do that? I don't even know how to do that on Windows. I'm gonna figure that out while this plays.
Play games, and we have the greatest military, and it's so nice to see. It's so nice to see. And they want to get back in office for the midterms, and you can't let them. Did you see that they went to Munich, right? You saw that, right? You saw Gavin Newsom. He admitted that Gavin Newsom. So I think his career is over, okay? Let's get off the teleprompter do you mind if I get off the teleprompter for a couple of minutes? Because this is, I have these great speechwriters. I drive them crazy because half of the time I'm not. But Gavin Newsom, in an interview,
what is going on? Someone get hurt?
You have a doctor in the house, please?
Oh,
doctor?
On camera, too. I don't know that that's ever happened. That's a new one. Sorry, I'm going to move out the way here. I'm probably like right in the way.
Take your time, please. Take your time. We have all the time. These are great people. They wait so long, hours and hours. They're great people, right? We have all the time, right?
Okay, I think I got it set up.
Thank you. First responders are incredible, by the way.
Hey, buddy. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Okay, 1 second. Interesting. All right, I think we're good. Cool. Should have notifications switched off now. Well, I will leave that up in the background, I guess, and we will
Talk about unpresidential.
come back to that as soon as it pops back in. Okay. Oh, this was nuts. Yeah, this is crazy. Footage as Hezbollah fires 100 or so rockets into Israel. All residents ordered to stay in shelters. Nuts.
נפל. אבל אחי, תראה את השמיים, נפל.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's this one. This one's in Iran. In Qom, or Qum, Qum. I don't know. That's no joke, man. Look at that shockwave. Right there. Jeez. Yeah, crazy stuff. Comer reveals that Jeffrey Epstein's accountant has now identified 5 clients who paid money directly to him, directly to Epstein. Among them, not Donald Trump. And yes, they asked.
First of all, Mr. Khan's answering every question thus far. He's completed 2 full hours of depositions. I would say we are possibly at the halfway point. It could last more than 4 hours, but he confirmed there were 5 clients that paid money to Epstein, and that was Les Wexner, Glenn Dubin, Steven Sinofsky, the Rothschilds, and Leon Black. We've already deposed Wexner, and we're going to be deposing Leon Black very soon.
When do we get to see The Rothschilds not exposed. They've been exposed. Deposed.
First of all, Mr.
Hopefully exposed further. We'll go with exposed further. I assume that's coming. That's probably going to be the big one. So what do you say, Black and Wexner? Next up. I don't think I intended to tag that. No idea. Okay, that's it. Oh, then there's the Jake Lang files. Ah, yes.
Decoy. So Jake Lang got caught talking to my 15-year-old decoy, and doesn't surprise
This is the guy that ran the decoy.
me. He doesn't take any accountability. Instead, he's going to try to blame this on the Groypers. And if you don't know what the Groypers are, they're Nick Fuentes fans. So he's trying to say, I'm a Groyper hoax. The whole thing's a hoax. You know, just like Epstein case, it's a hoax, right? Now, he talked to my good friend, Alex Rosen. Alex, you know, he was doing his regular tactic where he talks to them, acts like their friend, but in reality, he's just getting information. And now, this has to be the dumbest excuse ever. So he tries to say that it was his team talking to my decoy. But that's not true, because if you look at the conversations, it's him flirting with the girl, and then him going on text, and then him trying to say that the last message he sent was, I can't see you.
And they'll terminate
And I have
it.
this on voice
If
recording.
they take power, they'll terminate
He lies so much, and he tries
Kentucky.
to
So you have,
he tries to trick
think of
Alex
that.
by
You have
saying,
no
oh, I
tax
just said
on
I wouldn't see
Social
you, but
Security.
Sorry.
he forgets the part where he says,
seniors.
I
Go figure he
they will
you know,
end it. We got to win.
go figure he comes back like right when I step away to pick up my tea. Hey, whatever. We'll come back to the kid later.
Midterms. We also made interest on auto loans tax deductible. First time that's ever happened, but I did put a little proviso. The car has to be made in America for you to get it. Our tax cuts are projected to raise incomes in the Commonwealth by $5,400, boost household take-home pay for you by nearly $10,000, and protect more than 84,000 Kentucky jobs at a minimum. And some of the jobs we're creating or protecting are right here at Verse Logistics. So let me call up your outstanding CEO, Paul. Come on up real fast, Paul. Come on. Paul Verse. Come on up here, Paul. Let's go. Do it fast, Paul. They don't want to hear from you.
I wish I could have gone before him, Mr. President. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you for allowing me an opportunity to share our experiences, how your economic policies and the one big, beautiful bill have positively impacted our employees, company, and family. As mentioned in your earlier comments, the no tax on overtime will greatly benefit our employees, producing an average of $1,400 additional take-home pay per year per person. With this amazing benefit, the savings they will realize can be used to take a family vacation, provide further education for their children, pay bills, or make a down payment on a house or car. Our family and companies have a mission of giving back to our communities. The savings from the lower tax rates and permanently full expensing of equipment will allow us to invest back in our local communities of supporting nonprofit organizations and providing educational scholarship money for students attending local high schools and colleges. Many of our Versed family owners and members who are with us today understands how vital the extension of the estate tax credit exemption is for the continuity and succession planning of our great family business. Our sweat and equity are tied to this building, many others, and our business. Without this extension, it is possible our thriving business would one day need to be sold to pay family estate taxes. President Trump, this is all possible because of your vision to make America great again. On behalf of our family, company, and employees, we want to take this opportunity to welcome you to Northern Kentucky and the Cincinnati region. You are in the heart of Kentucky, home of bluegrass, faster horses, and the best damn bourbon in the world. You are in Trump country right now. Wrapping this up, if we can just take a pause, and I'm going to say a quick little prayer for President Trump, if I could. May God bless and keep you healthy and safe. And may God bless our beloved United States of America and everything it stands for. Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you, Paul. Wow, he did a good job. You think that's easy to do? That's not easy. Oftentimes I'll say to the head of a company, please come up and say, no, I don't want to do it.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you for the prayer. Also with us today is Sammy Biddle, who works at the restaurant and bar in nearby Newport, Kentucky. Sammy makes over half of her income through tips. And now, thanks to the no tax on tips, her tax liability has been slashed by more than 50%. The average filer's tax refund this year has soared to nearly $4,000. You're saving $4,000, and Sammy's receiving even more, over $5,000. So Sammy's going to make over $5,000 more than anticipated, all because of the great, big, beautiful bill that the Republicans got passed. But with not one Democrat vote. They want to raise your taxes. They're going to raise your taxes. So, Sammy, come on up for a second and say hello, Sammy.
Thank you, Mr. President. Oh, there we go. Hello, everyone. My name is Sammy Biddle, and I am a general manager and bartender at a local distillery in Newport, Kentucky called Pensive Distilling. And like most servers and bartenders, a big portion of my annual salary comes from working double shifts and tips. A big dream of mine has always been to save up enough money to buy a nice piece of land and eventually build a home on that land. And this year, due to our president's no taxes on tips and overtime policy, I got more year-end taxes back than I ever have, which has helped me get that much closer to my American dream. Thank you, Mr. President.
That's pretty good, right? Thank you, Sammy. So millions and millions of Kentucky families will have more money in their pockets thanks to what we did with respect to tax cuts. And I just described what every single Democrat in Congress voted against it. Every single one, not one voted for it. They want tax increases, along with just one Republican voted against. You know what the name is? He is the worst person. His name is, what the hell? How did he ever end up in Kentucky? His name is Thomas Massie. How did he ever end up here, Paul? Anyway, No, Massey voted against tax cuts for seniors. He voted against tax cuts for overtime workers. And he voted against tax cuts for earners, tip earners. No, he wanted to increase the taxes. He voted with the Democrats. He voted against our historic funding for border security. He voted against border security, where we took the worst border in the history of our country, made it the best border in the history of our country in 2.5 months. He voted against it. And he voted against eligibility verification for welfare recipients. Nobody has to be eligible. Just pick up whatever you want. The people in this room don't like that. Thomas Massey also voted with the radical left Democrats in Congress to keep the federal government shut down during the open border crusade while our military went without pay. He voted for our military not to get that pay. And now Massey, he's the worst. And I don't say that. I never hit a guy like this. The guy's a vote. We call him Rand Paul Jr. He votes against everything. But at least I like Rand a little bit. Can't love a guy that votes. I got him elected twice. If I didn't endorse him, he was not going to get elected. Do you remember that? I came and I did a little rally, and Rand votes against us all the time too, but at least he's okay. I wouldn't say the greatest. And now Thomas Massey is attacking a great Navy SEAL hero. This is a real hero, Ed Galrine, who's running against him in the primary. You know why? Because he's not doing right for our president. He didn't want to run for office. He's a hero. He's a farmer hero. He's a tremendous war hero, but he's a farmer right here. He's like central casting. I said, this is the guy I'm looking. I wanted to just give me somebody with a warm body to beat Massey. And I got somebody with a warm body, but a big, beautiful brain and a great patriot. He's unbelievable. And he did it because he said he's disrespecting our country. He votes against everything. And Ed became an independent a few years ago because he was so angry at the way the Republican Party was operating. And I don't disagree with him. Other people did too. But then Ed came back, and he came back strong because I got involved. And he came back stronger than he ever was. And now he's all the way, he's in this party and he's in it. And he said, I came back because of the strength and wisdom that Donald Trump displayed. And I appreciate that. That's a nice, I think I'm going to use him in an ad. I think I'll use that statement. I'm going to use that statement in an ad. Strength and wisdom. I put wisdom in quotes because I didn't say it, he did. But many people have joined and rejoined our party, but Massey did not because he only votes no. He just votes no. Doesn't matter. I could give him the best things in the history of a Republican voter, and he'd vote no. There's something wrong with him. It'll be interesting to see what he does with the Save America Act, which is very simply, I think he has to vote for it, but he's a nut job, so you never know. All voters must show voter ID. 98%. That's 98%. All voters must show a little thing called proof of citizenship in order to vote. Right? Right, Paul? Paul agrees. No mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. You're away. You can't get there. We'll be generous. And then I added two things. We call them best of. You know what they are? Best of Trump. These are the best of. No men in women's sports. 99%. That's 99. And no transgender mutilization surgery for our children.
Mutilization.
That's it. That's it. And I think we're going to get it approved in the House. And I hear the Senate has a hard time. How can you have a hard time with that? How can you have a hard time? But Massey wants to vote no, but on this one, he may be forced. I mean, how can you do it? So I just want to say this. Thomas Massey is a disaster for our party. He comes from a state that I won by a landslide, got the highest vote in the history of your Commonwealth. The highest vote. I got the highest vote. That means the people like me, and I love them. I love them. I love them more than they love me, but I still got the highest. Remember with your mother, I love you more than you love me. We revert back to childhood. But
What
Mass
on
is
earth?
a complete and total disaster
Hilarious.
as a congressman, and frankly, as a human being. You know, he's got one thing going. He went to a good college, but I know a lot of stupid people that went to a good college. And my uncle was the longest serving professor in the history of that particular college, university, MIT. 41 years. My uncle was there 41 years. So that means I have much better blood if you go by that. But I went to the hardest college of all to get into, the Wharton School of Finance. That means I'm real smart. We got to get rid of this loser. This guy is bad. He's disloyal to the Republican Party. He's disloyal to the people of Kentucky, and most importantly, he is disloyal to the United States of America. And he's got to be voted out of office as soon as possible. On the other hand, Ed Galron has my complete and total endorsement. He's a true American hero, and he's a great patriot, and he's doing it because he saw what this guy was doing to our country, and he said, I'm going to run. He's now a farmer, successful farmer. And I can tell you, he's strong as hell. He shook my hand. My hand is still recovering. Sir, I'd like to shake your hand. Absolutely. Holy mackerel. I didn't tell him that, you know. I'm telling him now officially. Ed, would you come up for a minute, please?
Mr. President, welcome to Kentucky and thanks for coming to the heartland. Because you are loved and admired here for your courageous leadership of our great nation at such a critical time in history. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. This is the land of we the people, right here. I want to thank you for your endorsement, because once you did that, my support skyrocketed. So I look forward to serving to the people as their representative of Kentucky District 4. Because as you folks know, you deserve an authentic, true Republican conservative that stands shoulder to shoulder with our president and the Republican Party and against the Democrats who are trying to destroy our nation.
Oh my gosh. This chair. For freaking.
USA! 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 So, Mr. President, I will stand with you and the party to put America first and Kentucky always. Mr. President, I hope the fake news gets this. Tom Massey stands with the ladies of The View. Tom Massey stands with the ladies of The View. Mr. President, we stand with you. Fight, fight, fight! USA! USA!
I'm telling you, that is the greatest candidate. You know, I've done this before, not quite as violently and miserably as this one, but I just can't stand this guy. But I've had some candidates that weren't great. They'd get up, they wouldn't talk well. And I'm trying to beat like an incumbent bad congressman, senator, somebody. I do it all the time. If somebody's bad, I try and get him out of office. I should just leave it alone. My life would be a lot easier. But I have usually candidates that don't have what it takes. This guy is unbelievable. He is central
Why am I still getting notifications? Damn it.
casting. Just elect him. You're going to have no problems with him. Thank you. Ed, thank you. Unbelievable. That's great. He's a good man. With us today are some of the amazing warriors who, unlike Massey, stood up for the working people of this Commonwealth, this great group of people, the people that built the nation, including a wonderful man who's been with me all the way, Congressman Andy Barr. All the way. He's a good guy and a warrior. Also with us is a senator who came from really behind. He really didn't have a good chance of winning. The guy was a longtime senator, Democrat, it's terrible. He's running again, he's terrible. He was a terrible radical left lunatic. But Bernie Moreno did some job on him, and he won the race, and it was amazing. And thanks as well to CMS Administrator. You just saw him working, Dr. Mehmet Oz. He was just working. Thank you, Dr. Oz. Director of the Center for Medicare, who's an incredible guy, helped us so much with the reduction in drug prices that you got, the biggest reduction in history. Chris Klump. Your state attorney general, Russell Coleman. Russell, thank you. Thank you, Russell. Good job. A wonderful Secretary of State. We have a good one in Washington, too. Marco. Do we like Marco? I think so. Your Secretary of State, Michael Adams. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. State Auditor, Allison Ball. Thank you. These are great people, and I've gotten to know them over the years. They're just incredible people. State Treasurer, Mark Metcalf. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Great job. Your former Kentucky Attorney General, Daniel Cameron. Daniel. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. And Chairman and CEO of Morris Industries, a good man, Nate Morris. Nate, thank you. Now, also with us is a local legend who did quite well suing the Washington Post and various and sundry others. Where's Nick Sandman? Where's Nick? Come here, come on. Hurry up, Nick. He's a young guy, he can get up here fast. Guy walked away with a lot of money. They did a number on him. He said, we're not going to take it anymore. I love these guys. Nick, wow. Become a big celebrity, too. Nick, say a couple of words, Nick. We love Nick.
Well, thank you. And as I just said, really, the only thing I can say is, Mr. President, thank you. Thank you, and thank you to all of you, because it's us together which can beat the radical left. So thank you. We will always stand with you.
I watched that whole thing unfold, Nick, and I said, that guy is getting scammed. And you know what? He scammed them, because what he did was pretty amazing. Him and his group of friends. He had good, loyal friends, Nick, and that's great. I loved it. I loved watching what he did. And another one this guy is a piece of work. He a very tough cookie. But instead of fighting like a guy his own size, he fights a guy who's like 70 pounds bigger, who won, he's like a two-time Olympian champion. He's this massive guy. And my friend is a guy named Jake Paul. And I said, and I'm watching, I didn't realize there was a slight size variance, like about 7 inches and about 70 pounds. This guy fought like, I tell you what, he is courageous. He's an incredible guy. He's got a brand new, beautiful fiance, and you're not allowed to use the word beautiful when describing women anymore. It's the end of your political career, but I'll say it anyway. What the hell? She's beautiful. She just won the Olympic gold medal. Where's she? Where's Utah? She gold medalist. Boy, I tell you, she's strong. That means she's strong. You better be careful. She's a beautiful person, and she's a big, strong athlete. I watched her win that gold, and they have an expression, if that were a fight, they'd stop it, right? She's great. But Jake Paul is a great guy, and, you know, part of the deal is he said, do you mind if I do an interview with you? I said, Jake, I'm the president of the United States. I don't do interviews. Look at Joe Biden. He went 2.5 years without doing an interview because he was shot. But he was shot 30 years ago, too. He was no good. But I said, Jake, I'm president. How can I do your local podcast? But his local podcast is big stuff. And he's big stuff. Jake, you got to come up. Come here. Come on. You got to come. This guy has guts. And he walked out with a broken jaw. Anyway, this was not the greatest fight. But you know what it showed? Lots of courage. Come here, Jake. Say a few words. These are your people.
Yeah, what Mr. Trump has taught me is courage. You know, we never back down from a fight, even if they're much bigger than you, much, much bigger than you. And I feel all the local Kentuckians feel the same way. You guys have that fight. You guys have that swag. There's a lot of young kids in here. The future of America. I grew up just a few hours away from here, and my dad taught me to fight. And all of our voices matter in America. And I'm never afraid to speak the truth. And I know you guys aren't. We are here representing the United States. And it's just a blessing. Thank you, Mr. Trump. We need more factories like this thriving all over the country. And I know he's going to be the one to bring that here to us. I know God is with us. I know he wants us on the right side of history. And everyone here has to do their part. And God's got us. Trump's got us. God bless. Love you, Kentucky.
No, he's a great guy. He's a courageous guy and a talented guy. He's a hell of a fighter, too, by the way. And I just want to say, I'm going to make a prediction that you will be, in the not-too-distant future, running for political office, okay? And you have my complete and total endorsement, okay? No, that's what we want. He's an incredible guy. A lot of courage and smarts. So in 4 long years, Joe Biden and the radical Democrats in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country, driving up prices all across the board. They left us a mess. In 12 months, my administration has driven down core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months, inflation was less than 1.7%. Under our policies, prices for chicken, eggs, cheese, butter, potatoes, and fresh fruit are lower today by a lot than when I took office. Hotel rates, automobile prices, and rent payments are way down as well. As a result of my direction to purchase $200 billion in mortgage bonds, a risky move, perhaps, but not for me. Mortgage rates are now the lowest in more than 5 years, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000. Their American dream, I recently signed an executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up single-family homes. Under my most favored nation agreements for drug prices, we're also slashing drug prices at record levels. with price differences of 400, 500, 600, and even 700%. Can you believe it? And I got that with the drug companies, and then I had to convince foreign nations that it's not fair, and I used the word tariff, the beautiful word. I always said one of my most favorite, most beautiful words. I used to say it's my favorite word, most beautiful word, and the fake news killed me. They said, what about your wife? What about God? What about religion? What about your children? I said, okay, it's my fifth favorite word. Now I don't get in trouble. No, they actually went after. I said, it's my favorite word in the dictionary, the word tariff. And they killed me. These guys are the worst. For decades, Americans have paid the highest drug costs in the world, but now, thanks to our policies, Americans are going to be paying the lowest drug prices paid anywhere in the world. And these incredible price reductions are available right now at, and I did not name this. This was done by Dr. Oz and Bobby. Where's Oz? He's back with the patient. See, he stays with the patient. Where's Oz? Oz, is it true that I did not name this after myself? Okay, thank you. If he said no, he'd be out of here. No, he's done a great job. And is she okay, Oz? Good. Thank you. Great. Great job. She's okay. So it's available right now, these really low prices, TrumpRx.gov. TrumpRx, and people are using it in record numbers. He named it, I didn't name it. I'm not sure I want my name on drug. Well, drug reduction is probably good, right? If prices ever go up, I'm going to say, get my name off there. But they're not going to go up. They're only going to go down. Other presidents tried to do it, but all they did was talk. It was all talk, no action. I got it done. I got it done for you. Got it done for Kentucky. But it's doing record-type business, right? Biggest price reduction. I think it's one of the biggest things to happen in medicine because the prices are just a tiny fraction of what they were. So Trump RX is a major step toward a larger goal of reducing the cost of health care for hardworking Americans since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act. You know what that is? I love the name. The Unaffordable Care Act. Oh, do the Democrats hate me? I wonder who hates me more, stupid Tom Massey or the Democrats? I think it's close. Well, they have Trump derangement syndrome. If we won that war, which we have basically done, if we won that war in one day, he should have done it faster. It's unacceptable. And by the way, if I didn't go in, now they like to complain. It's hard for them to complain with that military. It's so incredible. But they like to complain. So let's assume I didn't go in. I was like every other president. Oh, no, let them kill people. Let them get an atomic weapon. Let them get a nuclear weapon that can destroy the world. So let's assume I didn't go in. They'd say, he should be going in. These are the worst people. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, named after Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? Big insurance companies have gotten rich with our government giving them hundreds of billions of dollars as their stock prices soared up to 1,700%. Under my plan, I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give the money directly to the people so that they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a lower cost, Dr. Oz. Okay? Billions, trillions of dollars a year, literally trillions, go to insurance companies and you get rotten health care. Obamacare is a loser. It was meant for the insurance companies, and the insurance companies totally control the Democrats, not the Republicans. Just over 1 year ago, we inherited a mess, a floundering economy, wide open borders, the worst inflation ever, crime, chaos everywhere. Today, just a short time later, look, we've been there for 1 year. We have the most secure border in U.S. history. The flow of fentanyl across our border is down by 59%. You get it better. The murder rate just saw its single largest drop ever recorded, the lowest in 125 years, before my father, Fred, was born, before he was born. And that's despite the fact that we have a lot of people that shouldn't have been allowed in here that are murderers. Inflation is plummeting, incomes are rising, the economy is roaring back, and America is respected again, perhaps respected like never before. Every single day of my administration, with the help of the great people of Kentucky, yeah, I love Kentucky. We will keep on working, and we will fight, and we will win. And together, we will make America powerful again, Front Row Joe. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again, strong. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Kentucky. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, there it is. Okay. So, back to it. Okay. I don't know where this got interrupted at, but we'll just start it over. Or hold on. There's a part one. Where's the part one?
There's a lot of creeps and weirdos in politics, and let's welcome one of them right here, Jake Lang. So Jake Lang here ran in Senate for Florida, which he lost. And now he does these social media things where he does crusades as a Christian and basically does anti-Muslim stuff, anti-Islam stuff. So like, for example, he posts, things like this, where he says, "We have no fear of pedophiles worshiping Muslims in Christ Jesus." But what Jake doesn't tell you is he was chatting up with my 15-year-old decoy. So let's see what he had to say then. By the way, he says he's Christian, but there's, stuff like this. So they were talking about the march and how he wanted her to be at the march in Texas. And he said that I had too many DMs, text me, baby. So she sent her number. And let's see what he said on text. She says, "How old are you, by the way?" He said, "I just turned 30, honey. What are you doing up so late, young lady?" Then tells Jake, "I might be too young for you." And he says, "How old are you, baby? Unless you are under 18, I don't care." Then she says, "I'm 15, LOLO. Now keep in mind, at this point, what you should do is you should block the girl or just not talk to her. But let's see what Jake says next.
Well, ideally, since he's married, he wouldn't be talking to her at all.
Asked her,
but hey,
when do you turn 16? And she says, in 6 months. And then says, I won't get you in trouble if that's what you are worried about. And he likes that message. And then asks, what state do you live in? Question mark. I can't see you till you're 16. Jake, why would you be asking a 15-year-old when she's going to turn 16 and what state she's in? That sounds like, to me, you are trying to
skirt the law.
Get with a 16-year-old if the age is consensual in that
bingo
state, and you're 30 years old. So
there is no other way to read that question.
I think it's kind of hypocritical to think you calling out Muslims and Islam, right, as a white Christian, saying that they are pedophiles and all these things,
even though he's Jewish and a pedophile,
while you're messaging my 15-year-old decoy asking when she's going to turn 16, from what it seems like to me is like you want her to be 16 so you can, I don't know. What do you guys think? So, yeah, Jake, you're a fucking weirdo, bro.
I like this kid. All right.
So Jake Lane got caught talking to my 15-year-old decoy, and doesn't surprise me. He doesn't take any accountability. Instead, he's going to try to blame this on the Groypers. And if you don't know what the Groypers are, they're Nick Fuentes fans. So he's trying to say, I'm a Groyper hoax. The whole thing's a hoax. Just like Epstein case, it's a hoax, right? Now, he talked to my good friend, Alex Rosen. Alex, he was doing his regular tactic where he talks to him, acts like their friend, but in reality, he's just getting information. And now, this has to be the dumbest excuse ever. So he tries to say that it was his team talking to my decoy. But that's not true, because if you look at the conversations, it's him flirting with the girl, and then him going on text, and then him trying to say that the last message he sent was, I can't see you. And I have this on voice recording, but he lies so much, and he tries to trick Alex by saying, oh, I just said I wouldn't see you, but he forgets the part where he says, I can't see you till you're 16.
I've got whole entire teams of people messaging people, and we were going to do a big burqa bikini march I had announced for February. You shouldn't even be anywhere near this thing until you're of the legal age to even be around adults. So anyway,
right. I mean,
that's not what you said.
That's where it ended. As soon as I said that, when I said I can't see you,
but that's not what you said.
And that's it. That was the last message. And, that's
right. Have you shared your password with anybody or given that out to people before?
I don't think so. Why?
So your team DMs girls and asks for their number and then says, I have too many DMs, text only, sweetie. So that's like a normal way for your team to DM girls, huh? Or is it normal for your team to text them saying, did you see me get freaking lynched, babe?
Babe.
Good to hear from you. And I'm sure this is normal for your team to say too, right? So basically his...
Whoa. What did he say? Want to come to Minneapolis with me this weekend, sweetie? I'll fly you out. I mean, I'm assuming this is... Oh, yeah. Well after the point... Oh, yeah. Way after the point where he found out she was 15.
Hear from you. And I'm sure this is normal for your team to say too, right? So basically his excuse is that it's Nick Fuentes' fault, not his fault, his team's fault, not his fault, and that he was going to do a bikini march, which he never mentioned to the decoy. Okay, bro.
Yeah. Yep, that's a thing. Okay, now on the main pile. Or whatever we can get through anyway. We're down to half the show here, so. Yeah, I know. What is the deal with that? Ed Kurtz, I saw your message just rolling a few minutes ago. It's 81 degrees now outside and 32 tomorrow night. Yeah, I checked the weather for tomorrow because I'm going to be in DC. I was thinking, it's going to be hot as balls like it was today. Somehow, out of nowhere in early March. 85 freaking degrees. I don't know. So I checked the weather, and I see tonight at midnight, it's still, hold on. At midnight, it is still 72 degrees. And then all of a sudden, like off a cliff, it just drops straight down to the low 30s in the span of like, yeah, like 8 hours, maybe, if that. 50 degrees. 50 degrees in the span of 8 hours. That's, I don't remember that ever happening. I mean, that I can recall. That drastic? I mean, cold fronts, yeah, sure, like, absolutely. But man, that is drastic. That is just crazy. So, I gotta dress warm tomorrow, I guess. Oh yeah, and we might be getting snow. There's that too. I forgot about that part. We might be getting snow. Cuckoo. Definitely not normal for this area. Not like that. Not this time of year. All right. Let's see. What was Trump up to this morning? Ohio and Kentucky.
What more do you need to do militarily for this operation to end?
More of the same, and we'll see how that all comes out. Right now, they've lost their Navy, they've lost their Air Force. They have no anti-aircraft apparatus at all. They have no radar. Their leaders are gone. And we could do a lot worse to one another. We're leaving certain things that if we take them out, or we could take them out by this afternoon, in fact, within an hour, they literally would never be able to build that country back.
Obviously. I mean, they haven't used nukes yet, so there's clearly plenty left on the table. That's just what we know about. As Commander-in-Chief, do you take responsibility for the U.S. striking an elementary school in Iran?
As Commander-in-Chief, do you...
For what?
For the strike on the school in Iran. A new report says the military investigation has found it was the United States that struck the school.
I don't know about it.
I don't know about that either. I don't recall hearing about it. Let's see. Iran. I bet the media is just going nuts on this one. Girls' school in Iran. Oh, elementary school. Okay. Okay. Oof. Okay, let's see. Next up. Talking about Thune.
Is Senator Thune listening to you when you say you want to pass the Save America Act? He says there aren't the votes to do it right now. What's your response?
Well, he's got to be a leader. You know, if he's a leader, he's got to get him. It's the most popular bill I've ever seen put before Congress. And it's voter ID, and it's voter. You have to be able to be a citizen to vote. It's called citizenship. And we're also adding in no men playing in women's sports, no transgender mutilization of our children, and no mail-in ballots, fake mail-in ballots. We have none of that, except in the case of the military, etc. It is the Save America Act. It's the most popular bill I think I've ever put before Congress.
It was taking a long ass time hearing about this thing for months. Come on, Thune. In Iraqi parliament, they yelled debt to America, debt to Israel. What, recently or?
In Iraqi parliament, few days, members.
Few days.
Slogan, debt to America, debt to Israel. What is your response to them? What is your message for Iraqi government?
What did he say?
In Iraqi parliament.
Wait, what did he say? Yeah, it's hard to understand him.
State of America, State of Israel, member of the parliament.
Death to America, death to Israel. What's your response?
That's not a nice question.
He couldn't even understand the guy. He had to ask, what's her name, to translate for him. Wow.
United States. Oh, Spain.
No, they're not. I think they're not cooperating at all. Spain, I think they've been very bad. Very bad. Not good at all. We may cut off trade with Spain.
You guys all trade with them?
I don't know what Spain's doing. They've been very bad to NATO. They get protected. They don't want to pay their fair share. And they've been that way for many years.
Yep.
Making dangers for the Lebanese, especially the Lebanese Christians. What is your message for Lebanon?
What's your message for Lebanon?
Very hard. We love Lebanon. We love the people of Lebanon. And we're working very hard. We got to get rid of the Hezbollah. Has been a disaster for many years.
Trump responding to a reporter asking him to spill his war plans for the regime.
Withdraw the U.S. from Iran, even if they have not turned over and allowed the U.S. to seize their remaining.
I'm not going to answer that, but we have hit them harder than virtually any country in history has been hit, and we're not finished yet. You know, we're doing something that nobody ever thought was possible to do. Our military is the best. It's the most powerful in the world, and they're hitting them very hard. This is 47 years of abuse and killing lots of people, killing and maiming lots of people. What is it, Peter? And as you know, we're doing something that nobody ever thought was possible to do. Our military.
Oh, nice. Young Marine getting a challenge coin there from the man himself. That's pretty cool. Deposition of Epstein's accountant Richard Kahn underway today.
Our objective on the Oversight Committee is to get the truth to the American people. We're doing everything we can to work with the Department of Justice to release all the documents. We have subpoenaed and successfully released all the documents with the estate. We're bringing in anyone that we feel has any information that will be helpful to our investigation. And hopefully we'll be able to get the truth to the American people and provide some type of justice for the victims. Our objective on the Oversight Committee is to get the truth to the American people.
Yep. All right.
Well, the recent media reports which you...
Comer again. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Calls on Epstein's prison guard, Tova Noel, was that her name? To sit down for an interview.
Well, the recent media reports, what you just said, is very concerning, especially the suspicious activity report on a $5,000 mysterious deposit that she had. And the reason that stands out to me, Jesse, is because very seldom are suspicious activity reports even reported for sums less than $10,000. So that's a mystery there, and that's something that, according to the DOJ documents, they never looked into, never asked her about. So because of this, because of the media reports, and because of the fact that, honestly, most people on the committee aren't confident 100% that Epstein's death was by suicide, we're going to ask Ms. Noel to come in for a transcribed interview. Again, no one's accusing her of any wrongdoing, but we have a lot of questions about Epstein, questions about who else was involved in abusing girls. Why did the government not do a better job of investigating and prosecuting Epstein when they had a chance years before they finally convicted him? Was Epstein a spy? Was our government involved in any way, shape, or form in trying to destroy evidence or hide evidence from any of those four properties? And now, was Epstein's death a suicide, as the government has reported, or was there some other mysterious factor involved in his death? So, again, no one's accusing this prison guard of any wrongdoing, but I will announce tonight on your show, we are going to ask her to come in and sit for an interview because we have a lot of questions.
All right. Yes, indeed. I think we all do. Oh, this is great. Slick Willie damn near pushes Hillary into traffic. I mean, hey. Can you blame him? I'm sure it was an accident, you know. Oh, oopsie. Oh, there she goes into the truck. Aw. It turned. Shit. Oh, hell, guys. Yeah, it was close. Okay, from colleague Jessica Sunken. Comer on House Oversight Committee with Richard Kahn deposition. Comer says he confirmed there were 5 clients who paid money to Epstein. Yeah, it was yep. Rothschilds, Sinofsky, Dubin, Wexner, and Black. John Cornyn says CIA Director Ratcliffe and FBI Director Patel are attending this afternoon's Senate GOP lunch today to discuss FISA Section 02 reauthorization. Excuse me? Why you do this? It just shifted my shit. Okay, there we go. Bondi moves to military housing amid threats from cartels and critics. Military housing, huh? Wow. Moved in the past month from her DC apartment to housing in a military base in the capital area. Wow. Senior official said threats against Bondi grew after the admin's capture and arrest of Maduro. Interesting. Okay. Boop. RFK Jr. underwent rotator cuff surgery. Plans to return to work next week. All those pull-ups he's doing, man. Just too many, I guess. Fake news reporter Scott Nover said we declined to comment for this story. What is this? White House? Yeah, White House. Okay. Not true. He just didn't like my comment because it exposes how little the Washington Post cares about access for photographers. They just, oh wow, they just fired all of their White House photographers. That's just pitiful. And one serious paper in the most serious city in the world just going without photographers now. Yep. Wow. Not just White House photographers. What? All staff photographer positions? What the f? That's crazy. So they're just like pulling from the AP and freelancers or something? Like, wow. Well, they made their bed. Now they get to lie in it. Sitting down, you thought Obama's Spygate was bad. Wait till you get a load of this new plot. What is this? Revolver. Boy, this looks lengthy. All right. Can we, like... Yeah, summarize the page, please. Reports claim FBI conducted 4 consecutive codenamed counter-intel operations against Trump and his supporters. Oh, yeah. Bunch of people. I did read about that elsewhere. Surveillance reportedly targeted hundreds of individuals, including a dozen members of Congress, journalists, defense lawyers, campaign advisors, and high-ranking staffers like Susie Wiles. Whoa. Operations allegedly utilized warrants, wiretaps, FISA surveillance, and grand juries, treating Trump as a national security threat for most of his political career. Whoa, dude. Okay. Free ticket home. Take advantage of the historic CBP home deal that we're offering today. A $2,600 exit bonus and a free flight to your home country. You get a free ticket out of here and $2,600 to never, ever come back. That's a pretty good deal, I'd say. If I was one of these people, I would take that shit in a second. Here's some border wall construction ASMR. Why not? Tim Scott supports talking filibuster to search for Save Act. Oh, wow. Another vehicle has attempted to ram the White House barricades. Police have the driver in custody.
As a Fox News alert here, we are learning a driver has been detained after apparently crashing into the gates of the White House. According to Secret Service, officers are now investigating the suspicious vehicle, and the driver is being questioned by authorities. Multiple entrances and streets in the surrounding area have been temporarily closed as investigators work to figure out what happened.
Okay. Massive line of people in Kentucky.
Doubled down
Kentucky
in his support for him, and the Trump supporters here are applauding.
I don't know why he pronounced it that way.
As we discuss, Galrine, so you can see the weight of that endorsement. It's pretty significant against Thomas Massie, who has been a staunch opponent of President Trump during his second term.
Yep. Meta's President Dina Powell on AI. Oh boy, let's hear it.
I hope that 12 months from now, we will have focused candidly, and I hope it doesn't come off Pollyannish, but more on the humanity behind the transformation. Mm-hmm. Because if big swaths of people think they've been left behind, we will not have done our job. And so I really hope at this conference a year from now, we will have really made that case, told that story, built the right products for everything from small business owners to have more access to the tools that they need to grow their businesses. But more and more people recognize the power of the jobs piece of it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to be the responsibility of all of us. Mm-hmm. I was telling Bio that at Menlo Park, on the floor where we are, Mark has actually moved his desk and he sits now with the Meta AI team, Alex Wang, Nat Friedman, all the engineers. He's coding all day. So let me tell you, they've loved all the tips he's given them yep. as he codes himself. But I actually think part of that for him is really wanting to understand what this product is doing. What is the opportunity that we have? And I'm very hopeful about the promise. I mean, we all hear about many different huge transformations from healthcare, et cetera, science. But we have to remember that it's really got to be a story about the people.
Not wrong on that. I mean,
I hope that 12 months.
Somehow, I don't think that 12 months from now, that's what we're going to see. I hate to break it to you, lady. Dina Powell McCormick, but I feel so bad for people who just aren't built to like work with this stuff, because if you are unable to, you are going to be left behind. It's just, that's how it's going to go. And it's going to suck for a lot of people. For a lot of other people, it's going to be great, though. So, hey. So it goes. Tech for you. Update from CENTCOM Commander on Operation Epic Fury. Oh, come on now.
I'm Admiral Brad Cooper here at United States Central Command, where I'm leading the forces executing Operation Epic Fury. First, I want you to know that we continue to keep the families of our fallen heroes and our wounded teammates in our thoughts and prayers. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank the families of the 50,000 American servicemen and women deployed in and around the Middle East. I'm grateful for your selfless sacrifice, and I know that Americans across the country hold you in their hearts. Let me start by offering my overall assessment of Operation Epic Fury. In short, U.S. forces continue delivering devastating combat power against the Iranian regime. I've said this before, but it bears repeating. U.S. combat power is building, Iranian combat power is declining. And we remain centered on very clear military objectives in eliminating Iran's ability to project power against Americans and against its neighbors. Every day, we're striking hard at Iranian ballistic missile and drones. To date, we have struck more than 5,500 targets inside Iran, including more than 60 ships, using a variety of precision weapon systems. Just yesterday, we had strike waves nearly every hour from different locations and directions going into Iran. We also took out the last of 4 Soleimani-class warships. That's an entire class of Iranian ships now out of the fight. I'd characterize our strikes as being unpredictable, dynamic, and decisive. Since the first 24 hours of this campaign, Iranian ballistic missile and drone attacks have dropped drastically. But it's worth pointing out that Iranian forces continue to deliberately target innocent civilians in Gulf countries while hiding behind their own people as they launch attacks from highly populated cities in Iran. Of course, forces executing Operation Epic Fury aren't just defending against Iranian threats. We are methodically dismantling them by hitting Iranian missiles and drones, as we also strike their defense industrial base. Just last night, our bomber force hit a large ballistic missile manufacturing facility, as an example. So it's not just about what's shooting at us today, it's also about eliminating the threat in the future. Now, let me show you a few of the results from the tremendous efforts by America's joint force. Here, you see an Iranian Jamaran-class warship, a large patrol ship, a drone smuggling vessel, and 4 other surface combatants docked at Chabahar port in the Gulf of Oman, the day before we launched Operation Epic Fury. Here's the same pier 4 days later, all ships taken out of action. This Bayandar-class surface ship was hit and rolled on its side. Here's another example. Here you see 2 Iranian surface combatants docked at an Iranian naval base near the Strait of Hormuz, just hours into the campaign. And here's what they looked like 3 days later, engulfed in flames after we struck them with a precision weapon. For years, the Iranian regime has threatened commercial shipping and U.S. forces in international waters. Our mission is to end their ability to project power and harass shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. From the air, we've achieved a concentration of air power with back-to-back waves of advanced fighters, creating constant pressure on the enemy every single day. Our dominance is not a solo effort, it's a testament to the strength of our ironclad alliances. We continue to coordinate closely and effectively with Israel in this very large operation, and we are also coordinating and serving side by side with all of our partners in the Middle East. We're on a path to eliminating Iran's ability to threaten Americans and our friends, and we are achieving this through a combination of lethality, precision, and rapid innovation. Let me highlight a few examples, at least the ones that aren't classified, of how we are achieving lethal effects in entirely new ways. First, our warfighters are leveraging a variety of advanced AI tools. These systems help us sift through vast amounts of data in seconds, so our leaders can cut through the noise and make smarter decisions faster than the enemy can react. Humans will always make final decisions on what to shoot and what not to shoot, and when to shoot. But advanced AI tools can turn processes that used to take hours and sometimes even days into seconds. I continue to be impressed with all the branches of the U.S. military. The entire team is performing superbly. Strike operations from our joint force continue, as I've said. I assess that we are clearly exercising air superiority over vast swaths of Iran. We have the most integrated air defense umbrella in the Middle East, and our defensive operations from the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Space Force teams are performing magnificently. A note about the Space Force. Our space superiority has been a critical enabler to this fight. Unseen by the world, the Space Force is doing 2 things. First, they're degrading Iranian capability, and second, they're helping to protect American forces, and I'll have to leave it right there. All told, despite this incredible progress, make no mistake, we remain highly vigilant. And I just could not be prouder of our Operation Epic Fury team, and I know the American people share that same pride. To all our warriors out there, please keep up the great work and Godspeed. Thanks so much.
All right. BlackRock Financial hosts Infrastructure Summit. Oh, government officials and industry executives, including none other than OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, speaking at BlackRock's Infrastructure Summit in D.C. When is this? God, don't tell me it's tomorrow. Oh, the witch spoke there too. Going on right now. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw this one. FBI warns that Iran aspired to attack California with drones in retaliation for the war. Aspired or aspires? I don't even know that they have the equipment to do that at this point. As we just heard, some of their ships are taken out, an entire class of them. That's what they would need to launch these, so. Yep. Not even a full 24 hours after CNN's Abby Phillip was forced to issue a retraction after lying and claiming Mamdani was the target of the Islamist attack in New York City. Did they really claim that? That's funny.
Ironic is, so supposedly some of these comments
They've now issued an about face.
are as a result.
Oh, and then Ana Navarro just repeated the same exact lie. With zero pushback from Abby Phillip.
Of the attempt against Mayor Mamdani in New York, who was raised Muslim, was he not himself? Yeah. So there.
Tsar. Iran's new supreme leader, Ayatollah Mujtaba Khomeini, has not spoken or been seen in public since his appointment over the weekend. Yeah, they say, Iran says, he was injured, lightly injured, I think was the terminology they used, in the same U.S. or Israeli strike that killed his father and predecessor on the first day of the war, but he was safe, officials said Wednesday. I don't know. There were rumors going around that it was like significantly more than a light injury, like as in like comatose type injury, unconscious, possibly never to regain. That's a rumor. I don't know how much truth there is to that. Hard to say with a country like Iran. Because you can't trust what they tell you, and you can't really trust what the rest of the world's telling you either. I mean, everything on both sides is propaganda, practically, and no actual information goes in or out of the country itself, so you're kind of left kind of scratching your head with everything here. Trump highlights that Larry Summers has resigned from Harvard after his Epstein ties got exposed. Bye-bye. Second, the government found out what I had. Ooh, John Solomon says. Found out what I had was from the FBI files. They didn't want to have anything more to do with me. They shut down the investigation, and I moved on.
John, I guess I left somebody off the list. I think you were targeted, were you not?
We'll find out. I do know from my interactions in 2022 that the Southern District of New York had identified me as a subject of a criminal investigation concerning my reporting about Hunter Biden. They were concerned that maybe I had taken Russian disinformation from Rudy Giuliani or people around Rudy Giuliani and reported it. Turns out all those Russian disinformation things were actually facts that turned out to be true. And what the government found out when I cooperated with them is that I didn't get my stuff from Rudy Giuliani or from Russians or Ukrainians. I actually had a large part of the FBI's files on Hunter Biden, files that were created even before his laptop had been obtained by the FBI. I got him in December 2018, and it showed that the FBI had these concerns about Hunter Biden's behavior, particularly.
I wonder where he got that.
In Ukraine, particularly concerns that he didn't pay taxes on some of the money that he had earned in Ukraine, something that years later would be corroborated by the IRS whistleblowers and the eventual tax case against him.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Jill opens up in a memoir about Joe Biden's decision to end his re-election bid. Somehow I doubt it's even remotely honest, but I imagine the real thing was probably pretty funny. Blood to have been a fly on that wall. Sarasota woman found guilty in federal court of making TikTok videos calling for Trump supporters to be shot on sight.
Okay, guys. So I would like to start a new movement called See MAGA. MAGA.
Oh yeah, that stupid lady. I remember this. Yeah. Desiree Doreen Sigari. Facing 5 years. Ooh, in federal prison. Maximum. Possibly. New York governor and one-time COVID priestess Kathy Hochul refuses to answer if she will be increasing taxes for New Yorkers in her next budget. She will.
First rolls around.
If she's not answering, she's going to do it.
April-ish, there's a budget deal. What's your prediction? Will it include any sort of tax increase, broad-based on income, on corporations, anything like that?
Let's focus on getting the budget done. I would love to get it done on time. I always strive for that. But I also have priorities because a budget is a statement of our priorities, but also has to be a document of discipline.
So no answer?
And make sure that I do have the rainy day money that is there when we're now in for some real headwinds. And we have been fortunate. We had unanticipated revenues from Wall Street this past year that allowed us to do things we may not have been able to do otherwise. So I'm going to be smart about this budget and continue to focus on affordability.
But seriously, like...
Yeah. Okay. Hey, lady. Poland starts human trafficking probe into Epstein ring. Based Poland. National Prosecutor's Office looking into whether women, including minors, were recruited in Poland by misleading them as to the true nature of prospective employment abroad. Oh yeah, you bet they were. Why are authorities finally searching Epstein's ranch in New Mexico? Well, yeah, what? So it's owned by a new guy now, right? And isn't he like knocking the place down and rebuilding? Did he already do that?
Out of the Jeffrey Epstein case,
I sure hope not.
Searching.
I'm glad they're finally out there. Hopefully before anything got like completely irreversibly demolished or anything like that.
Out of the Jeffrey Epstein case, authorities are now searching a ranch in New Mexico once owned by...
Freaking dark mode. There we go.
By Epstein on the scene today.
Why is it doing that still? How weird.
Here's Pierre Thomas.
3 decades after Jeffrey Epstein allegedly sexually assaulted underage girls at his New Mexico ranch, state investigators are searching the sprawling property, hunting for evidence.
This investigation is a crucial piece of trying to understand what happened at the ranch.
New Mexico authorities reopened their investigation after the release of the Epstein files, which include unsubstantiated allegations of murder and bodies buried on the ranch. The ranch was apparently never searched despite allegations by several women that they were abused by Epstein there when they were minors. Annie Farmer was 16 when she says Epstein assaulted her on the ranch in 1996.
I was sleeping in a small room. I was in my pajamas under the covers, and he just sort of bounded in and said, I'd like to cuddle. Of course, he wasn't actually asking, wasn't waiting for me to agree to that.
That summer of '96, Annie's sister Maria reported allegations of Epstein's sex abuse and child pornography to the FBI. But she says her tip was ignored and nothing was done for years. After hearing about the new search, family and supporters of Epstein's victims made the journey this week to Zorro Ranch. Among them, the brother of Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre, who died by suicide last year.
Standing here at Zorro Ranch, a place represents such trauma and nightmares for my sister and so many other survivors is harder than I ever imagined.
While state officials in New Mexico have reopened their investigation, sources tell us that DOJ has not launched any new expanded investigation regarding Epstein. David?
Pierre Thomas with us here tonight. Pierre, thank you.
Pierre.
Welcome back. Some other headlines.
All right. Cuban intelligence is the Mossad of Latin America.
A coffin where Kennedy failed. The fall of Cuba will be a symbolic nail on the China coffin. Where Kennedy failed 65 years ago, Trump is victorious. The last remnants of the Cold War are finally getting swept away. Right now, Cubans are without food, power, or water. Reports are they are taking to the streets in protest. This matters because if Cuba goes down, China is finally on its knees on the eve of Trump's visit to Beijing at the end of this month. A masterstroke of timing on Trump's part. You see, China had many friends in our hemisphere before Trump, which is just a few months ago, by the way. Canada and Mexico are their last undercover allies, but Cuba was China's overt ally in our hemisphere. A beloved ideological stepchild holding down the communist front against capitalism. And while it was a disintegrating third world country, it did excel in one area: intelligence. Cuban intelligence was and is the Mossad of Latin America. Everyone used them. Cuba provided intelligence services throughout Latin America: Colombia, Panama, Nicaragua, Venezuela. But with Maduro out, China is cut off, Cuba's going down, and the rest of Latin America looks like it's coming under Trump's wing in a very decisive fashion. The Cuban elite will be eating out of dumpsters soon if they aren't already. So how does the Cuba takeover actually play out from here? It's not arrests, it's not bombings, it's not drones. It's sending a U.S. Nimitz-class aircraft carrier capable of producing 400,000 gallons of potable water per day, loaded up with Arkansas rice. The takeover of Cuba will be a humanitarian one. This weekend, Trump stood shoulder to shoulder with most of the leaders of Latin America.
Cuba's in its last moments of life, as it was. It'll have a great new life, but it's in its last moments of life the way it is. But our focus right now is on Iran, and we'll do that. I would say, what will you do? Take about 2 days off, Marco? No, he won't. Maybe an hour. He'll take 1 hour off, and then he'll finish up a deal on Cuba. That'll be an easy one.
And no small thanks, of course, to Trump's handpicked Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and again, the Cuban intelligentsia. Here's Rubio last January in a rare moment, letting his card slip.
It was Cubans that guarded Maduro. He was not guarded by Venezuelan bodyguards. He had Cuban bodyguards. In terms of their internal intelligence, who spies on who inside to make sure there are no traitors, those are all Cubans.
Cubans were on the inside with Maduro, and we took over Venezuela in 2 hours. I won't spell it out for you, but you get the drift. Cuba is going to be a soft takeover, and Rubio is daily proving his worth.
Marco's going to go down, I think, as the best Secretary of State in history. That's my opinion.
Now, Rubio has faithfully executed Trump's plan to evict China from our hemisphere in record time. So now, China has only one real player left in Latin America.
The Mexican cartels are fueling and orchestrating much of the bloodshed and chaos in this hemisphere, and the United States government will do whatever is necessary to defend our national security and to protect the safety of the American people.
The Chinese, who spend 10 hours a day reading books on strategy and ironing their socks, having to, in earnest, partner up with the tequila/pistol-waving Mexicans? Can anyone say culture clash in Spanish? That marriage is not going to make it to the honeymoon. Theirs has been a long-distance relationship of manipulation and exploitation, and now they're about to see each other for the first time. It's getting worse by the hour for Beijing. More than that, the respective falls of Venezuela, Iran, and Cuba together serve as stark testament to every BRICS nation, every ally of Russia and China. America is in charge. Big bad China is not swooping in to help. My prediction? China's last great hope relies on what's left of the British Empire. They will move in on Canada to our north by way of London. And that is how we're going to see the rest of this story. Federal agents.
All right. Second, check something over here. Okay. Good to go. Former scandal-plagued Illinois supermayor eyes political comeback as a Republican in Georgia. Oh, girl. No. Nope. Huh. Americans' confidence in fairness and accuracy of midterm results is declining. 2 in 3 Americans are confident or very confident that the government will run fair and accurate elections this November. 2 in 3? Man charged over alleged threats against Rep. Eric Swalwell, Jerome Powell, and Donald Trump? That's an odd assortment. All right. Didn't like anyone, I guess. FBI's saw this one earlier. FBI's Epstein files were hacked by a foreign spy of some kind back in was it 2023, I think? They claim, early 2023. So they claim that it was not a state actor. They say it was I forget how they put it, like how did they word it? It's like an underground hacker or something, like a... Let me try foreign. Intelligence? Oh. Yeah, I don't know where they mention it, but yeah, they claim that it's not a foreign nation. I don't know that I believe that. Let's see. Yeah, cyber criminal. That's where it is. Source familiar with the breach told the outlet that the foreign hacker appeared to have been a cyber criminal rather than a foreign government. How would you even know? I mean, they seemingly didn't chase anyone down and arrest them for this, so again, like, how would they know? Okay, all 66 Democrats in Colorado's legislature signed letter urging Jared Polis not to shorten Tina Peters' prison sentence. Microsoft in talks to lease the large data center project in Texas that was recently abandoned by Oracle. Allegedly, Oracle already denied this being true 2 days ago. Who knows? Trump in Kentucky. All right.
Some of the best and brightest colleagues have come up with the Senate. Well, it's a great company We were just talking about how the expansion's going, and a lot of expansion because of Trump, I have to say. But I think the 1 year depreciation is great. 1 year expensing, everyone loves it. And we did a little excursion. We had to take this little few weeks of excursion, but it's been incredible. Our military is unbelievable, the job they're doing. I would say, to put it mildly, way ahead of schedule. We've knocked out their Navy, their military in all forms. We've knocked out just about everything there is, including their leadership. Twice. We knocked out twice their leadership. And now they have a new group coming up. Let's see what happens to them. But 47 bad years we suffered with them, not only us, the rest of the world. And we're doing our job. So we had to take an excursion, but it's doing well. The market's holding up well. I figured we'd be hit a little bit, but we were hit probably less than I thought, and we'll be back on track in a pretty short while. Prices are coming down very substantially. Oil will be coming down. That's just a matter of war. That happens you can almost predict it.
All right. How are oil prices, by the way? How are we looking now? Oh, come on, give me a chart, please. Okay, give me 1 month. Initial spike. Up a decent amount from a month or so ago, but it's not horrendous. What was it, like 130 or something under Biden? Without all this going on, so yeah.
And you said it is a war. So which one is it?
Well, it's both. It's both. It's an excursion that will keep us out of a war, and the war is going to be. For them it's a war. For us, it's turned out to be easier than we thought. But think of it. They had thousands of missiles, 8,000 missiles. We got many of them before they got to launch. They have drones all over the place. We got many now. We're knocking out the drone plants, as you know, going fast. They started talking about mines, so we hit 28 mine ships as of this moment, 28. Using the same weapon, the exact same weapon that we use against the drug dealers in the water. We have, as an example, we had tremendous drugs pouring in through the water, through the sea, and now we have almost none. It's down 97%. Through water. Now we'll do it through land. The land is easier than water.
Thermo Fisher Scientific Executive thanking the president for what?
We'd like to
just visiting a facility.
thank you for that, for the reshoring efforts. We produce 1.3 billion, and we are actively working with two
How do I get into that business?
customers. Merck is one of them for a key profile product, reshoring back to this facility. Boehringer Ingelheim is another. We produce 1.3 billion. Between these two opportunities, it will nearly double the manufacturing for this facility. So we really appreciate the work that you're doing.
And they're coming in, Merck as an example, they're building many factories, Pfizer, Lilly, they're all coming in building many factories, but they're up here faster, and at some time in the future.
Man, there is money to be made, you guys, everywhere. Gotta figure out how. Jeez. A lot of it was stuff like this. Reshoring.
Drugs, we were paying more than any other nation. So
all these policies being implemented by the admin, a lot of business opportunities popping up.
The whole world, we were paying the most for drugs. We were paying more than any other nation by far. And I don't mean by a little bit, like double, triple, quadruple. I use it just as a basic example. A pill that would cost in London $10 could cost $100 in New York. And through a lot of talent and Dr. Oz too, and some of his people. They're incredible. But I dealt with countries and with the pharmaceutical companies, and pharma was pretty easy because they thought we'd never get it approved by the countries. So they said, well, we're going to be okay with it, which they weren't. But in the end, they were. They were fine, really good. But in the end, I used some very strong negotiating talent to get every single country to almost immediately approve. I threatened them with tariffs. I said, look, if you're not going to do this, you're going to take your medicine from $10 to $20, and you're going to bring us from 100 down to 20. So we're going to be now the lowest, tied for the lowest anywhere in the world. We take the lowest, and that's where we are right now. We went from the highest in the world to the lowest in the world. And I think it's the biggest thing with medicine of pricing. And you're a beneficiary of that, and it's made a big difference. But it's a big difference for people that aren't paying the $100. They're paying now 20. They go from 100 to 20. And a country, France or one of the countries, will go from 10 to 20. And they said, we're not going to double our price. And I said, yes, you are. I said, no, you're not. And they said to me, look, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to put very substantial tariffs if you don't do it. And they go into effect tomorrow morning. And they said, like we said, we're going to do it. And it was pretty amazing. Nobody can believe it all happened. And I guess other administrations tried, but they're not that competent, or they didn't try at all. I would say mostly they didn't try. I don't even think they tried. But we took it down by 60, 70, 80, 90%. And there's never been a thing. In 28 years, medicine's only gone up. And we brought it down by, in many cases, 80% more. So it's an honor, and you're a big recipient because it's good for your business, right?
Absolutely.
Good. Thank you very much.
We're proud to be a part of the American supply chain and reshoring pharmaceutical operations. So thank you very much.
That's what we're doing. We're bringing it back to our country, where it should be.
Okay. Let me look in here. Let's skip up to the last few minutes. Oh, cool. This looks fun. For the first time in nearly 2,000 years, the corridor of Commodus, also known as a secret passageway for the emperors of Rome, is open to the public at the Colosseum. Emperors use the path which runs underneath the iconic landmark to make a grand entrance into the stadium without having to interact with the audience on the way in.
Inside the Colosseum, in a spot where I should not be. That's because I am in the corridor of Commodus, or what's better known now as the secret passageway of the emperors. Only emperors were supposed to be inside of this tunnel that goes underneath the Colosseum, where I am right now.
So imagine on the walls, you would have seen marble veneering in the first phase, and then in the second phase, the marble was changed with some frescoes. Then on the ceiling, you would have had painted plaster.
So it would have been really ornate.
Yeah, and then we would have had the light seeping inside from
skylights. Wow.
Sort of windows openings that would have increased the charming effect of this walk.
Why did it go underneath the Colosseum? Well, it was a secret passage that allowed them to enter the stage in a grand entrance without having to actually mix with the riffraff. See that little box right there? That is where the emperor would have come out of that tunnel and made his grand entrance to the 50,000 plus people cheering him on.
That's really neat. All right, let me jump to the last one here. What was this? Senior citizens demand that the state of Minnesota allow them to have happy hours in their nursing homes without liquor licenses. You know, I agree. Let them do it. Let them get drunk together.
Love happy hour, just like many of you do, I am sure. Just because we are older and live in an assisted living doesn't mean that
we don't want to get drunk and get happy.
We should have fewer freedoms than anyone else. Allowing our facility to coordinate this happy hour affords us and our families the peace of mind that we can enjoy life but not be out slipping on the ice to stop and get our box of wine. This amendment is
Box of wine, she says.
simply putting
I like the honesty.
into law what many people assume is already allowed. Happy hour at the place where we call home.
My only regret is that we might not get invited to one of these happy hours if it gets...
Right? I would so party with the old people. Probably the best party ever.
There's an age threshold now.
I see how it is. I see how...
Sign me up, dude. All right. You know, that actually reminds me of some scenes from that show. It's Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah. It's literally exactly that.
91.
It's pretty fucking old, Bob.
Pecker still works.
That was my next question.
Well,
they go shopping. This show's jolly good fun. Good show. All right. Well, I suppose that does it for me. I think Laura's in. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. How you doing?
Okay,
What's up?
good. Nothing. A little tired. It's been a busy couple of weeks here.
Yeah.
But it comes in waves. How are you doing?
I did pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. Good. I've slept. You know what happened to me last week? Sleep is what happened to me. I passed out, woke up at 7:45. I'm in Central Time. So 15 minutes before the end of my 2-hour show.
Oh.
And you ever wake up in a panic? Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Been there.
And so I panicked, and it was like I heard Mo on air, and I was like, oh my God. So I DM'd her, and I was like, oh, I think I maybe done that twice, but I was panicked. I was like, oh, I slept right through my whole show.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
I was pretty tired. I must have been tired.
Yep.
You can only put sleep off for so long, or like get shortened versions of it until I think your body just
I've been,
on you.
It's been the mode I've been in for the last week. It's been pretty bad.
Yeah, I could always call it Discord time. Like we're just on this weird. I feel like I'm living like a 22-year-old in college partying, and I just turned 50. Okay, I ain't got it like that anymore. I gotta freaking live like I'm 50.
Hey,
All right, man. We'll get over and get you some rest.
we'll do. Yeah. Have a good show.
All right. Thank you, hon. Have a good one.
Yeah.
How's everything?
Okay. I guess that's it for me, YouTube. Where'd my YouTube go? Guess it's gone. Oh no, there it is. Okay. That was weird. It like switched desktops on me. Yeah, how you can have like multiple desktops open at once. Yeah, that was bizarre. All right. Well, anyway, that's it for me. I will not be here. I'll not be here tomorrow. Patriarchy will though. I'm gonna be in DC interviewing someone interesting. I think for Fox, I think it'll end up on Fox News. So. I'll tell you more if I can on Friday. All right. Bye-bye.